Book 1, Part 5, The Empty Throne of Ithaca. As Telemachus stepped away from the crowded feast hall, drunken boasting and cruel laughter still echoed behind him. Goblets crashed against the heavy wooden tables. Every sound reminded the young prince that strangers now ruled his father's home without fear. Torchlight flickered softly along the towering marble walls as Telemachus walked alone through the great halls of Ithaca. Long shadows stretched across the polished stone floors while cold wind whispered through the narrow palace windows. Outside, distant thunder rolled across the dark sea surrounding the island kingdom. Servants moved quietly through the corridors carrying wine jars, silver trays, and burning oil lamps. Whenever they passed Telemachus, they lowered their heads respectfully, yet none dared speak openly. The prince continued walking in silence. Though still young, Telemachus understood far more now than he had as a child. Fear had settled deeply within the palace over the long years of Odysseus' absence. Every stolen cup of wine, every mocking laugh, every careless insult toward his family wounded him deeply. The palace no longer felt peaceful. It felt occupied. At last, Telemachus entered the ancient throne room of Ithaca. The massive chamber stood darker and quieter than the feast hall behind him. Great stone pillars rose toward the high-shadowed ceiling while rows of burning torches lined the walls with golden firelight. Large bronze statues of forgotten heroes watched silently from the edges of the room, like ancient guardians protecting the memory of the kingdom. And there at the center of the hall stood the throne of Odysseus, empty, untouched for many long years. Telemachus slowed his steps as he approached it carefully. Dust rested lightly along the carved armrests where Ithaca's true king once sat proudly before sailing away to war. The golden details woven into the throne still shimmered beneath the torchlight, though time and loneliness had dimmed much of its glory. His father's throne seemed far larger than he remembered as a child. The young prince stopped only a few feet away. A storm of thoughts moved silently through Telemachus' mind. Far more impossible. He remembered the stories the old sailors once told about Odysseus. How his father outsmarted kings and warriors stronger than himself. How he stood fearless before armies. How men followed him across endless oceans because they trusted his wisdom and courage. But Telemachus had never truly known that man. Only stories. Only memories. Only shadows. Doubt tightened heavily inside his chest. The prince slowly lowered his eyes toward the cold marble floor. How could he ever become the man Ithaca needed? The suitors were older, stronger, more experienced. They mocked him openly because they believed he was weak. Because they believed Odysseus would never return. A cold gust of wind suddenly swept through the throne room, causing the nearby torch flames to dance wildly against the walls. Telemachus slowly lifted his eyes once more toward the empty throne. Sharp eyes watching over Ithaca, unshaken, fearless, a king. For a brief moment, he imagined seeing his father sitting there again, strong hands resting upon the ancient armrests. The vision disappeared almost instantly. For several long moments, he simply stared. The throne remained empty, silent, waiting. Yet something had changed within Telemachus. Beneath the fear, beneath the loneliness, something small but powerful had quietly begun awakening inside him. Not strength, not confidence, not yet, but the first spark of courage. And high above the mortal world, unseen by every man within Ithaca, a goddess Athena watched the young prince carefully. For the first time in many years, hope quietly returned to the halls of Ithaca.